Hey, what's up everybody? I hope you all are doing absolutely fine. This is Rudraditya, and in this video I am going to do the in-depth review of the OnePlus Nord after 3 months of usage. Well, this is not just going to be an ordinary review. In this review I will tell you that how this phone performs after 3 months of usage, and also how's the battery performance, how's the camera performance, and everything else. I will tell you each and everything in details. So make sure to watch the video till the end to know everything. And also, if you have any questions related to this phone, then I am 100% sure that after watching this whole video, you will get your answer. So without wasting any time, let's start the OnePlus Nord review. Alright, so we should start with the design and the build quality. So the design is actually very good, and why it's good? Because it's very simple, and I am glad OnePlus just simply designed this phone in a simple way. Like if we start with the rear, so they have the quad camera array on the rear, which is completely fine for me. Now you will get a OnePlus logo in the middle and OnePlus written on the bottom of the rear side. Now the phone has a glass sandwich design, but the frame of the body is made up of plastic. But thanks to the smart design by OnePlus, the shiny chrome finish makes the plastic frame looks like a metal. And when you hold the phone, you can't tell that the frame of the body is made up of plastic, because you are not going to realize it. And I have no problem with the plastic frame, and overall durability is actually very nice of this phone. Now for the 90% of the time, I haven't used cover in this phone, and still I haven't noticed any scratches on the rear side of the phone, which is really cool. So in terms of durability, it's very good. Even at the frames of the body, I haven't seen any scratches, which is fine for me. And talking about the front, then again, I haven't used any tempered glass. I am still using that screen protector which was already applied when I unboxed this phone. So that's pretty cool. I mean, yeah. Now so in terms of durability, I will give full marks. I can't deduct the point for the plastic frame, because in normal day-to-day uses, it will not affect me. The in-hand feel is also very good, as I already said in my first impression video, and also in the video where I compared the Redmi K20 Pro and the OnePlus Nord, and I said that it is a very lightweight phone. Considering the amount of battery and the size of the phone, it feels lightweight, and also the width of the phone is very less, so it fits perfectly into your palm, so it's comfortable to use even with the one hand. I mean, overall design, build quality and comfort is excellent in the OnePlus Nord. And talking more, then the back catches the fingerprints very easily. Of course, it's a glass body. And talking about the volume rocker, then it's on the left hand side of the phone, because as a right hand user, I generally expect to press the volume rocker with my thumb, which is the natural position for us. So it's kind of weird to have the volume rocker on the left hand side, but yeah, we have the slider button. So this is a very convenient way to set your phone at ring mode, vibrate mode and silent mode. Okay, but volume rocker is definitely on the wrong position in my opinion. Well, now moving ahead, how you can unlock this phone, so that we can go into the display part. So first thing is definitely the fingerprint scanner, which is very fast and very accurate as well, as you can see. Like, see, so this is very fast, and the Face ID is also very fast. See, Face ID is also very fast. So we can unlock this phone in two ways. First, by the under display fingerprint scanner, and second is the Face ID. Well, I don't use Face ID, I use under display fingerprint scanner, and that's completely fine in this phone. I have no problem with the UDFPS. Now, once we unlock the phone, we will see the display, and display is really interesting in case of OnePlus Nord. So first I will talk about the display quality. So the display quality is not the best, to be honest. The display quality, I'm not talking about the tint issue. I will talk about the tint issue in just a minute. So we will talk about the display qualities. Then in this price range, you will get a lot of phones which is better than the OnePlus Nord in terms of display quality. For example, the Galaxy M51, the Pixel 4a, and even the old phone which is the Redmi K20 Pro. All these phones have better AMOLED panel as compared to the OnePlus Nord. I mean, all these phones have better blacks as well. Now AMOLED display is known for true black colors, but in OnePlus Nord sometimes I feel like it's a little grayish, it's not true black. Well, it's not as bad as LCDs. I mean, LCD is also not bad. The good LCDs are good, but see, if you are coming from an LCD panel, then you will feel that this display is good and it's fine, it's not bad. But if you are coming from a good AMOLED display, or you already use a good AMOLED display, then you can relate what I am saying here, or you can understand that what I am trying to say here. I mean, my point is like, it's not a bad display, but it's not the best in this price range. And now talking about the display tint issue, then make your mind. If you are thinking to buy a high refresh rate panel right now, then you may face that tint issue in your phone. And it's not just happening with the OnePlus Nord, it's happening with every other high refresh rate panels of any companies. So I mean, this phone is overhyped. That's why the tint issue also received a huge amount of hype, but definitely this is very common in high refresh rate panels. So you should not worry a lot about this tint issue, because it will not affect in your day-to-day uses. So that's completely fine in my opinion. Well, if you ask me that can OnePlus fix this tint issue in upcoming updates, well, we already saw a lot of updates and OnePlus is still unable to fix the tint issue. So I don't think this is going to be happen, because it's a manufacturing default, and any company, not only OnePlus, but I think not any company can fix this, I mean fix the tint issue through an OTA update. So we just can't blame OnePlus for this. That's the nature of high refresh rate. Technology is not that advanced yet that you can get a good high refresh rate panel without any tint issues. You have to wait for the upcoming mobiles. But guys, overall tint issue will not affect your day-to-day uses, and this is not a very major deal breaker or anything like that. Alright, so now moving ahead, let's talk about the performance. So this phone has a Qualcomm Snapdragon 765G, and this phone has a 8GB of RAM and 128GB of internal storage. You will also get a 6GB RAM variant with 64GB internal storage, and the top variant is 12GB RAM with 256GB internal storage. Well, I guess this variant is perfect for any users. Now if you want to pay more 2K, then you will get more storage, just twice. So you can if your main priority is storage, then you can go with the max variant, but don't go for RAM. 8GB RAM is more than enough for an average person. Now let's talk about the day-to-day task. Then I haven't faced any problem in the OnePlus Nord. I haven't seen any lags, any slowdowns. I guess the 765G is very impressive, and it's more impressive than I thought earlier. So it's very impressive chipset, and definitely it's a game changer for the premium mid-range market. I mean, this processor. So the overall performance is very good in this phone. You can do gaming as well at medium graphics settings. You can do video editing as well. It's not as fluid as it was on my Redmi K20 Pro. I use KineMaster for video editing sometimes. Now I switched to PC, but I tried editing videos on this on the OnePlus Nord, and it was an okay experience. So you can do video editings, casual video editings, you can play casual games or heavy games at medium graphics settings. You will not face any problem. And now you guys are wondering that why I haven't talked about the high refresh rate in the display part, because I want to talk about the high refresh rate in performance part, because I feel the high refresh rate plays the important role in performance part. Or not even performance part, you can say that it will just enhance your experience, especially when you touch the display. When you watch the display, then high refresh rate have nothing to do. But when you touch the display, when you scroll something, like when you scroll Twitter, Instagram or Facebook feed, or when you scroll your setting panel or anything, or if you swipe, or if you play games which is supported by high refresh rate, then and only you will going to see the difference. And yeah, like I switched from the OnePlus Nord to Galaxy M51 and then to Pixel 4a, and those have 60Hz panel. So for that amount of time, when I was using the M51 and the Pixel 4a, I was used to that 60Hz panel in 2 to 3 days. And to be honest, I was not missing the 90Hz refresh rate of the OnePlus Nord. But when I switched back to OnePlus Nord, I realized that this is more smooth and this is more better. So my eye can tell the difference between 60Hz and 90Hz, and you will pay attention to these small things, then you can also notice. But again, this is not a wow factor that should have to be in your phone. So just for high refresh rate panels, don't upgrade or don't pay extra money. I mean, it's good to have in your phone, but it's not a wow factor, as I said. So overall it will enhance your experience, but in terms of display it will not do any out of the box thing. So keep that in mind. And also high refresh rate will bring the tint issue and also the battery draining issue. Not the issue, but it will drain your battery more. Now let me explain how. Let's talk about the battery. So this phone has a 4000 mAh battery, and high refresh rate will definitely consume more battery, and when it consumes more battery means it will drain your battery faster as compared to the 60 Hz regular panel. Now I got 6 to 7 hours of screen on time very easily with 90 Hz enabled all the time, and I mostly use Wi-Fi. Like 70% of the time I use my phone on Wi-Fi and 30% of the time on mobile data, and all the time dark mode is enabled. So the screenshots that you are watching right now is based on this type of users, and there is no gaming. I mean 90% of the time no gaming included in all these screenshots. So overall battery performance is good, and at 60 Hz refresh rate I got like 8 to 9 hours of screen on time, sometimes 10 hours of screen on times, so which is completely fine for me. Not fine, it's very good, and I am very happy with the battery backup. Now some users face, like especially at the 10.5.7 and 10.5.8 update, some users facing that battery draining issue, but I never faced that issue and it's completely fine for me. And talking about the charging speed, then you will get a warp charger, 30-watt warp charger, and again it will charge your phone from 0 to 100% in 1 hour 1 minute, or in 1 hour 2 minutes. Average we should say that in 1 hour the phone will charge from 0 to 100%. So I'm satisfied with this and I have no complaints. So again, in battery, from both components, from charging as well as from the battery backup, I am totally satisfied with the OnePlus Nord. Now let's talk about the Oxygen OS, the software of this phone, which is another plus point of this phone. Now so many people think that Oxygen OS is the best and it's the best UI in Android world. Well, it's not 100% true. See, suppose that now I can't explain the Oxygen OS. I was also very excited before purchasing this phone because I was also very excited to use the Oxygen OS. But now I was using the Oxygen OS from last 3 months, and how to describe this? Suppose that there is a room, you get a very good room with a very good facilities, and it's very clean. It's a very clean room with full of facilities, so you will like to work there because it's clean and you will get all the facilities. But guess what, if in any wall you will get a small hole, like 2-3 small holes, or in the ceiling you will get some leakage from where water is coming or something like that, like it's a leakage in the ceiling of the room, then it will start spoiling your experience when you start using the room extensively. The Oxygen OS, the current Oxygen OS on the OnePlus Nord is the same thing. Like you will enjoy, it's very clean and you will get a lots of features in Oxygen OS as well. But when you start using extensively the phone, the software, then you will start realizing that there are some minor bugs or some major bugs at some times as well. So this is the thing, this is the Oxygen OS so far. It's not the best, it's very close to best, but it's not the best. And now after Android 11 update, it's very close to One UI. I haven't used it, so I can't comment a lot, but definitely at the moment you will get some minor bugs in Oxygen OS. So this is what it is. Well, now let's talk about some more small things which will affect our day-to-day uses, and I call this section Rudra's Extra. So let's talk about some more important things. So first thing first, the haptic feedback in this phone is incredible. Not the best, but it's very good considering the price point. Now talking about the speaker, then you will get mono speakers. Now these speakers are very loud and clear, and the music balance is on point. So everything is good about the speakers. Now it's just that it's not a stereo speakers, but it's completely fine for me because, for example, the Google Pixel 4a has the stereo speakers, and if we compare both the speakers, then OnePlus Nord destroy the Pixel 4a in terms of loudness and in terms of loudness. Now see, what's the downside of this speaker is that you will get a mono speaker, but I have no problem, because if you see practically, many reviewers will say that you can accidentally block the mono speakers, whereas in stereo speakers this is not the case. But I know that from where the sound is coming, so this accident will happen very rarely. So I don't think this is a very good, very important thing that we should consider in the speakers. What we should consider is that how's the output of the speaker, like how's the loudness and how's the clarity. If these things are fine, then I guess you should go with that. Well, talking about the network connection, then many users faced Bluetooth connectivity issue. Well, I haven't faced. In 10.5.6 I have faced for 2 to 3 days, but after 10.5.7 update I haven't faced any Bluetooth connectivity issue, but still many users are complaining this issue. And then if we talk about Wi-Fi and mobile data, then it's completely fine for me. I'm using Airtel in my last 3 months of usage, so I have no problems. Talking about the earpiece quality, then again it's very fine. You will not get any problem. Even in noisy place you will not get any problem. Well, talking about the networks, calling networks and all, then I haven't faced any issue. But many users are complaining that they can't play Free Fire with mobile data. With Wi-Fi it's completely fine, but with mobile data they can't play, and OnePlus is still unable to fix this issue. So overall, that's it from Rudra's Extra. And yeah, no, that's not it. You will not get headphone jack. That's completely fine. Nowadays many phones ditch the headphone jack, but you will not get any dongle in the box as well, and not a Type-C earphone as well. No, it's again right that you haven't included the Type-C earphone, but at least you should give us a dongle. But this is a little disappointment. Anyways, now let's talk about the cameras. Alright, so I guess you all are familiar with the camera specifications, so I don't need to mention here. So let's jump to the photo quality. Let's talk about the photo quality. So I am very impressed with the overall camera performance of the OnePlus Nord. Now if we talk about the daylight shots, then it's very good. The dynamic range, the color accuracy and the exposure, everything is on point. So I have no problems with the daylight shots. In fact, it impressed me a lot. Even the wide angle shots are terrific in the OnePlus Nord. Now I'm disappointed when we click human subjects, especially with the skin tone, and it's not the problem of OnePlus, it's the problem of almost all the Chinese phones. So definitely they soften their skin a lot, so I don't like that. So Gcam is the solution. If you apply Gcam, if you install Gcam and if you click the human subjects with the Gcam mode, then you will get much better results. For example, you can see this, that how much difference is there when you click the photos with Gcam. So I will definitely recommend you to use the Google camera mode when you click your friends, families photos, or if you click your own selfies, then definitely use Gcam. Now talking about the night shots, then again the night escape of the stock camera as well as the night mode of the Google camera is just it's very good in the OnePlus Nord. By the way, I made a dedicated video on the OnePlus Nord versus iPhone 11 low light photography camera comparison, and OnePlus Nord simply destroyed the iPhone 11. You can check that video after watching this video. So overall, Gcam makes the camera even better. Stock camera is good in itself, but Gcam makes the camera even better. And talking about the video capabilities, then I am impressed with the video quality as well. Now my favorite feature is definitely the 4K 30 FPS cinematic mode, which we can shoot from the rear camera, and from the front camera we can shoot 4K 60 FPS video, but for some reason we can't shoot that 4K 60 FPS from the rear camera. Now that's weird, but that's also understandable that in front we get the Sony IMX616 sensor, and in rear we get the Sony IMX586 in the primary lens, which comes with 48 megapixel. So but yeah, alright, it's good for vloggers that they can shoot the videos at 4K 60 FPS max from the front camera, and you will also get a wide angle lens, ultra wide angle lens in the front camera, but the quality of that ultra wide angle lens is not that good. I'm talking about the video capabilities, but shooting from the main lens, which has Sony IMX616 sensor, is completely fine, and the quality of that is also very good. I will just show you the video quality, video sample in just a minute. But talking about the rare quality, then it's very good, and overall video capability is good, and I guess that 4K 30 fps cinematic mode must have been in every phones. Alright, now let's come to the main question, that is it worth it under 30,000 rupees? Is it the best option under 30,000 rupees? Well, technically this is not the best, but this is the perfect all-rounder under 30,000 rupees. Now you will not get the best thing, anything which is the best in this phone, but overall you will get a very good battery, a very good camera, a very good performance, and very decent display quality, and a very good design and build quality. So, and of course a good software as well. So this is an all-rounder phone. So under 30,000 rupees definitely you can consider this phone. But like if your main priority is performance, then you can go with Redmi K20 Pro, which has a Qualcomm Snapdragon 855. Or if your main priority is battery and or also brand value, then you can go with the Samsung Galaxy M51 as well. And suppose that if you want a small phone with a good software and good camera, then you can go with the Pixel 4a as well. So it depends on you that what your priorities are. And overall, if you want an all-rounder phone which is good in each and everything, then OnePlus Nord is the right deal for you. Well, that's it from today's video, and if you like the content, if you enjoyed this video, if it is helpful for you, then smash the like button, and also do let me know that what you guys think about this video in the comment box. And still, if you have any doubt and question, then make sure to ask me in the comment box, and also share this video as much as you can with your friends. And yeah, one more thing, that I am recording this video on the OnePlus Nord at 1080p 30 fps in my room lighting. Anyway, bye bye, take care.